Then why do you speak English much better now than you did 6 months ago? Why do you speak English much better now than you did 6 months ago? I speak
English
much better now than I did 6 months ago. Because I have had much more practice. Yes, okay. Then why is a Rolls Royce much more expensive than an ordinary car? Why is a Rolls Royce much more expensive than an ordinary car? A Rolls Royce is much more expensive than an ordinary car because it takes longer to make than an ordinary car. Than an ordinary car. Yes, okay. Now what's another word for opposite? What's another word for opposite? Another word for opposite is contrary. It's contrary. Yes. Okay. Right, then what's the contrary of the verb to rise? What's the contrary of the verb to rise?
Contrary of the verb to rise
is to fall. Yes, to fall. Okay. Then is the temperature of the atmosphere falling this month? Is the temperature of the atmosphere falling this month?
Yes, the temperature
of the atmosphere is falling this month. Yes, okay. Then if your body temperature falls a lot, what should you do? If your body temperature falls a lot, what should you do?
If my body temperature falls
a lot, I should
take a bus.
I should go to bed. And call a doctor. A doctor, yes. Okay. And what's the plural of tooth? What's the plural of tooth?
The plural of tooth is teeth.
Okay. Then what do we clean our teeth with? What do we clean our teeth with?
We clean our teeth with a toothbrush.
Yes, toothbrush. Okay. Then if you have a problem with your teeth, who should you go to see? If you have a problem with your teeth, who should you go to see? If I have a problem with my teeth, I should go to see a dentist. Yes, okay. Then does it seem to you as if it'll rain later? Does it seem to you as if it'll rain later? Yes, no? Does it seem to you as if it'll rain later? Yes or no? Yes, no? Does it seem to you as if it'll rain later?
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay, then, yes, it seems to me as if it'll rain later. Okay. Then why do some people seem younger than they really are? Why do some people seem younger than they really are? Some people seem younger than they really are because of the way they look, the way they talk, etc. Yes, okay. Then does it seem warmer to you today than it was yesterday? Does it seem warmer to you today than it was yesterday?
Yes,
it seems
warmer
to me today
than
it was yesterday. Yes, okay. Then are you ill several times during the year? Are you ill several times during the year?
No, I'm not ill several times during the year.
Yes, okay. Then do some very rich people have houses in several different countries? Do some very rich people have houses in several different countries?
Yes.
Some very rich people have houses in several different countries. Yes, okay. Then did Mozart compose a lot of music? Did Mozart compose a lot of music?
Yes.
Mozart composed
a lot of music.
Yes, okay. Then do you find it difficult to compose formal letters? Do you find it difficult to compose formal letters?
No.
I don't
find it difficult to compose a formal letter.
Compose formal letters.
Compose formal letters.
Yes, okay. Then, one more. How many letters is the English alphabet composed of? How many letters is the English alphabet composed of?
The English alphabet letter
is
composed of
26 letters. Yes, okay. Then is Europe composed of many different countries? Is Europe composed of many different countries?
Yes,
Europe is composed of many different countries. Okay. Then do you agree that it's wise to put some money in the bank each month for later on in life? Do you agree that it's wise to put some money in the bank each month for later on in life?
Yes, I agree with
it's wise to put some money in the bank each month for later on in life. Yes, okay. Then do you think wisdom comes more with age or experience? Do you think wisdom comes more with age or experience? I think wisdom comes more with experience. Yes, okay. Then if I suddenly threw my pen at you, would you be able to catch it? If I suddenly threw my pen at you, would you be able to catch it?
No.
If you suddenly threw your pen at me, I wouldn't be able it. Yes, okay. Then what's the greatest physical pain you have ever suffered? What's the greatest physical pain you have ever suffered?
The greatest physical pain I have
Ever
ever
suffered was
my back.
a strained back.
A strained
Pained
back.
Yes, a strained back. Yes, okay. Then is there anything in life that we can be completely certain of? Is there anything in life that we can be completely certain of? Yes, no?
Yes.
There is
something
in life that we can be completely certain of. Okay, what?
It's death.
Yes, it's death, right, okay. Then from where you're sitting, can you see people passing by the window? From where you're sitting, can you see people passing by the window? Yes,
From
no?
where? No.
Okay, from where?
From where
I'm
sitting,
I
I
can't
can see
people
walking,
passing by
the window.
Yes, okay. Then when a car park is full, where does a driver have to park his car? When a car park is full, where does a driver have to park his car? When a car park is full, a driver has to park his car in the street. Yes, okay. Then when do we use the first conditional? We use the first conditional to communicate that something is a real possibility in the future. Yes, in the future. Okay. What's its construction? Its construction is if plus present plus will do. Yes, will do. Okay. Now, can you give me an example, please? Give me an example. Like if I go to Tokyo, I will see
Tokyo Tower.
Yes, Tokyo Tower. Yes. Okay. Then when do we use the second conditional? We use the second conditional to communicate that we are only imagining something. Yes. Okay. What's its construction? Its construction is if plus past plus would do. It's would do. Okay. Now can you give me an example? Please. If I had enough money, I would buy a new car. Yes. Very good. Okay. Then when do we use the third conditional? Use the third conditional to communicate that we are imagining something in the past that did not really happen. Yes. Okay. Then what's its construction? Its construction is if plus past perfect plus would have done. Yes, would have done. Okay. Now give me an example, please. Like if I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. Yes, that's right. Okay. Then in the third conditional, what do we put after the word would? In the third conditional, we put the word have and the past participle after the word would. Yes, okay. Now, can you give me an example? Like when I would have slept.
I would have slept.
I would have eaten, etc. Yes, okay. Right. Then, if you had been born in England, which language would you have spoken as a child? If I had been born in England, which language would you have spoken as a child?
If I had been born in England, I would have spoken English
as a child. Yes. Were you in fact born in England?
No.
I wasn't.
In fact
born in England, but I was born in Japan. Yes. Okay. Very good. Then, did you find 10,000 yen on the street yesterday?
No, I didn't find 10,000 yen on the street yesterday.
But if you had found 10,000 yen on the street yesterday, what would you have done with it? If I had found
10,000 yen on the street yesterday, I would have taken it to the police station.
Yes, okay. Then, if you had not decided to study English, which language would you have studied instead? If If I had not decided to study English, I would have studied Spanish instead. Yes, okay. Then if you had not come to school last week, what would you have done instead? If you had not come to school last week, what would you have done instead?
If I had not come to school last week, I would have been watching TV at home.
Yes, okay. Then, what do people use diaries for? What do people use diaries for? People use diaries to help them remember things they have done or things they need to do. Yes, okay. Right, one more. What kind of character do you like to see in a person? What kind of character do you like to see in a person? I like to see a funny character in a person. Yes, okay. Then, have you ever got up really early? Have you ever got up really early?
Yes, I have.
Sometimes?
I have sometimes
got
up very early.
Really early. Okay, for what reason? For what reason?
For running.
Running, yes, okay. Then, if you were driving a car on a long journey and suddenly felt really tired, what would you do? If you were driving a car on a long journey and suddenly felt really tired, what would you do? If I were driving a car on a long journey and suddenly we felt really tired, I would stop the car and take a rest. Take a rest. Okay. And what's the past of run? What's the past of run?
The past of run is ran.
Yes, okay. Then if you ran against him, who do you think would win? If you ran against him, who do you think would win? If I ran against him, I think I'd win. I'd win. Okay. Right. Then how can we improve our English? We can improve our English by practicing a lot, reading a lot, etc. Yes, okay. Then why do even the best tennis players need a coach? Even the best tennis players need a coach in order to improve their game. Yes, to improve their game, okay. Then is it cheaper to travel by coach or by train in this country? It's cheaper to travel by coach in this country. Yes, okay. Now tell me one very common way of forming adverbs from adjectives. One very common way of forming adverbs from adjectives. Adverbs from adjectives is by adding the letters ly. Okay. Then give me an example. Quickly and really. Yes, really. Yes, very good. Okay. Right then, what's the past of fly?
Past of fly is flew.
Okay. Then if you flew around in the world in a straight line, would you finish in the same place as you had started? If you flew around the world in a straight line, would you finish in the same place as you had started?
Yes, if I flew
around the world in a straight line, I would finish in the same place as I had started. Yes. Okay. Then, if a bird flew into this room, what would you do? If a bird flew into this room, into this room, I would try to catch it. Yes, okay. Which animal do we get wool from? Wool. Which animal do we get wool from? We get wool from a sheep. Yes, from a sheep. Okay. What can we make from wool? We can make pullovers, hats, coats, etc. from wool. Yes, wool. Okay. Alright. Now then, let's go on with more new words. Okay. Alright. Then, first word today. Let's use the word today. Alright, now we have the possessive case. Okay, before we did possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns. Okay, before? Remember like mine, yours. Right, now the possessive case. Okay, possessive case of a singular noun. Okay, like a singular noun like girl. Okay, or let's use boy. Okay, so those are singular. Okay, and to form the possessive case of a singular noun, we add an apostrophe and the letter S. Okay, so it's the same. Add an apostrophe and the letter S. Okay, so to form the possessive case of a singular noun, we add an apostrophe and the letter S. Okay, for example, like the girl's skirt. Okay, or the boy's, let's say, toy. Okay, okay, so this is for the singular noun. Okay, now, and for plural nouns, okay, that don't end in S, like men, women, children, people. Okay, let's use men, women. Okay, right. We form the possessive case of plural nouns that don't end in S, okay, in the same way as the singular nouns, by adding an apostrophe and the letter S. Okay, apostrophe and the letter S. Okay, like the men's coats, okay, or the women's bags. Okay, since this is plural, this also has to be plural. Okay, and the possessive case of plural nouns which already ends in S. Let's use this one. Girls. Okay, it's a plural, it already ends in S. Boys already ends in S. Okay. So when we want to form the possessive case of a plural noun which already ends in S, we just add an apostrophe, but not the letter S. Okay, just the apostrophe. Okay, like, so let's say we have the girls' skirts. Okay, and the boys' toys. Okay, and so this is how we form the possessive case of singular nouns, plural nouns that don't end in S, and plural nouns which already ends in S. Okay? Alright then. How do we form the possessive case of a singular noun, like girl, man, boy, etc.? How do we form the possessive case of a singular noun, like girl, man, child, etc.? We form the possessive case of singular nouns, like girl, man, child, etc. by adding an apostrophe and the letter S. Okay, can you give me an example, please? Can you give me an example?
The girl's skirt.
Yes, okay, very good. Okay, then how do we form the possessive case of plural nouns that don't end in S, such as men, women, children? How do we form the possessive case of plural nouns that don't end in S, like men, women, children?
We form the possessive case of plural nouns
that don't end in S in the same way as the singular nouns by adding an apostrophe and the letter S. Yes, okay. Give me an example, please. Give me an example. Okay. Right. Then, how do we form the possessive case of plural nouns which already ends in S? How do we form the possessive case of plural nouns which already ends in S? We form the possessive case of plural nouns which already ends in S just by adding an apostrophe, but not the letter S. Okay, right. Okay, give me an example, please. Give me an example.
The boys' toys.
Okay, alright, very good. Okay, then what do footballer shirts have written on their backs? What do footballer shirts have written on their backs? Footballers' shirts have numbers written on their backs. Yes, on their backs. Okay, very good. Okay, alright. Now, next word is kick. Kick. It's a verb. Okay, kick is a verb. Okay, what? It's to hit something using your feet. So like what? kick a ball. Okay? Or not very good, but let me kick a chair. Kick a chair. Okay, kick. Okay. Alright. Then, I don't know if you can see this, but okay. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You are
Kicking
the chair.
Yes, I'm kicking the chair. That's right. Okay. Right. Then, another question for you then. Now, what am I doing? What am I doing?
You are kicking the wall.
Yes, kicking the wall. Okay. Alright, very good. Okay. Right. Then, another word is coast. Coast. Okay, coast. It's a noun. It's the area where the land meets with the water. Okay, like here. Okay, you have the map. So we have England and France. So here we have the English coast. Okay, and here we have the coast of France. Okay, so this is where the coast is where the water and land meet. Okay, and another word is certain. Certain. Okay, we did certain before, but this certain is an adjective. Okay, it's used to talk about a person or a thing without naming them, without saying what it is. Like, and it's used only before a noun. Okay, like on certain days. Okay, or at a certain place. You're not telling exactly which day or which place. Okay, on a certain day, at a certain place. Okay, so as we were saying, the English coast and the coast of France. Maybe if it's a good day, a very good weather, you might be able to see it. But if it was like very foggy, cloudy, maybe you might not be able to see it. So we can say that on certain days, the English coast can be seen from the coast of France. Okay, on certain days, not every day. Okay, so on certain days. Okay, alright. Then, can the English coast be seen from the coast of France? Can the English coast be seen from the coast of France?
Yes. The English coast can be seen from the coast of France.
Yes, that's right. Yes, right. On certain days. Okay, right. And another word is tire. Tire. Okay. It's the verb tire. The verb tire. Okay. These days we say get tired more. Get tired. Okay. So tire is to feel tired. You want to feel you need to rest or sleep. Okay. Tired. Okay. So sometimes, like if you're speaking a lot, okay, you get tired of speaking. You're tired of speaking. Or if you're writing all day, you're tired of writing. Okay, tired. Okay. Then, do you ever tire of speaking? Do you ever tire of speaking? Yes. I sometimes tire of speaking. Yes. Okay. We say tired. We say get tired. Okay. So, like I said, tire has the same meaning as get tired. Yes. Okay. So this was your last word in stage 5. So we have to go back to the beginning. Have a have a revision from the beginning. Okay, you ready for your revision? Okay, then, do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? I prefer chatting with my friends online, on phone? On the phone, okay. Why? Because it's easier to communicate by hearing their voice. Yes, by hearing their voice. Okay. And how often do you go online to look at your emails? How often do you go online to look at your emails? I go online about
10 times
a day to look at my emails. Right, okay. Then, do you notice anything different about this room today? Do you notice anything different about this room today? Yes, no? Do you notice anything different about this room today? Yes or no? No, okay. I don't notice anything different about this room today. Yes, okay. Then what's the first thing you notice about people when you meet them for the first time? What's the first thing you notice about people when you meet them for the first time? The first thing I notice about people I meet them for the first time is their eyes. Okay, their eyes, right? Then are most people busy on Sunday? Are most people busy on Sunday? Yes, no? No. Most people aren't busy on Sunday, but they are free. Yes, they are free. Okay. Now, what do we mean by a free meal? What do we mean by a free meal? By a free meal, we mean we don't have to pay for it. Yes, okay. Then you believe that the best things in life are free. Do you believe that the best things in life are free? Yes, no?
I think the best things in life are free.
Yes, okay. And is the book standing on the table? Is the book standing on the table? No. The book isn't standing on the table, but it's lying on the table. Yes, okay. Then is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up? Is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up?
Yes,
which? Is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up? So it's more comfortable to sleep lying down than sitting up. Yes, okay. Then you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow. Do you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow? Yes, no. Do you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow? No. Yes or no? No. I don't find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow. But I find it uncomfortable. Yes, okay. Right. Then, do you usually go to sleep before midnight? Do you usually go to sleep before midnight?
Yes, I usually go to sleep before
midnight. Okay. Then, do you generally wake up early? Do you generally wake up early?
Yes, I generally wake up early.
Okay. Then, what are the three forms of wake up? What are the three forms of wake up? The three forms of wake up are woken up. Yes, okay. Then what was the first thing you saw when you woke up this morning? What was the first thing you saw when you woke up this morning?
The first thing I saw when I woke up this morning was the ceiling.
Yes, the ceiling, okay. Then have you ever woken up too late to go to work? Have you ever woken up too late to go to work? Yes, no? Okay, I have never woken up. I have never woken up too late to go to work. Yes, to go to work. Okay, right. Then, what am I doing? What am I doing?
You are putting your pen through the hole of chair.
Chair, yes, okay. Right. Then, when you look through your bedroom window, what do you see? When you look through your bedroom window, what do you see? When I look through my bedroom window, I see a tree and another house. Okay, right. Then, if you went from London to Rome, which cities would you perhaps have to go through? If you went from London to Rome, which cities would you perhaps have to go through?
If I went
from London to Rome, I would perhaps have to go through Paris and Milan. Yes, okay. Then, would you like a career in the army? Would you like a career in the army? Yes, no. Yes, would you like a career in the army? Yes or no? Okay, yes, okay, I would like a career in the army. Yes, okay. Then, whoops, sorry. Excuse me. What's this?
It's a cross.
Yes, it's a cross, okay. Then when a teacher puts a cross next to an answer on a written test, what does it mean? If a teacher puts a cross next to an answer on a written test, what does it mean? If a teacher puts a cross next to an answer in a written test, it means the answer is wrong. Yes, okay. Then, are there any crossroads at the end of the street where you live? Are there any crossroads at the end of the street where you live?
Yes,
there are some crossroads
at the end of the street where I live.
Yes, okay, alright, I'll stop here today. What's お疲れ様。